Hey, hi, how are you? It's Crystal again, coming back at you with more hat hair. Tonight's video is going to be about my 2022 goals, but since I literally just walked in from work, I thought I'd do the intro and then eat some breadsticks and my sushi, drink some Monster, and then film it. See you in a couple seconds. Okay, now that I have fortified myself with nourishment, which, let's be honest, when you have texture issues with the food you eat, or you used to have an eating disorder, which means you've always got an eating disorder, or you have migraines, or you're chronically ill in any way, all of these things can affect how you eat. Matter of fact, I wasn't able to eat the breadsticks because the texture, once I started chewing it, didn't agree with me tonight. So, I will likely find something else here shortly, but I did eat all 7 pieces of the sushi I had. And I have coffee, cooked, ready to go, brewed, ready to go, whatever. And so I thought I'd sit down with you guys and talk, because I made 6 different categories for goals next year in my bullet journal. And when I went through the flip through for the beginning of the year spreads, I didn't tell you what those goals were basically going to be about. I hadn't outlined what they were going to be. I am going to break down the larger goals into smaller steps so that I can achieve these goals throughout the year. However, I do have some mighty big goals. Some of them I'm desperately trying to get to, and some of them are not so big. I mean, they're big to me, but it's not something that can't be accomplished. So I'm going to start with my personal goals. Now, when I say personal goals, I mean for my mental health, my well-being, my actual physical health, and just overall for me personally. And not to include my self-care in that particular goal. So my first goal in that is to get good mental health support and to be my own advocate. I have a hard time dealing with new therapists and new counselors and new doctors, and I need to find that where I'm living. I had that in Michigan, and I'm going to be finding something as soon as possible. I need to get that, and I need to maintain that. I also want to learn who I am now. For those of you who don't know, and I don't think I've ever mentioned it, I was married for well over a decade. I was with the man for almost 17 and a half years, so going on 2 decades. We got married in our 20s. I'm 41 now, going to be 42 next year. Even though he and I haven't been together for a few years, well, technically last month made 2 years, I don't really know who I am by myself. And I want to know. I want to know who I am outside of a housewife, or outside of the breadwinner for a whole family, and a caregiver for my disabled husband. I want to know. And I'm working towards that already. So, and in that line of thought, I also want to give myself grace. I am too much of a perfectionist, and I need to remember throughout all of these goals that I need to give myself grace. I don't have to do everything, and if I do everything, that's amazing. But if I don't, that's okay too. So then I have my work goals. Now, what I mean by my work goals is not just my job outside of the house. I also mean my crochet special orders that I do and I sell. And I haven't lumped writing in with that yet because I'm not making an income from that yet. Eventually, there will be some type of work related for the writing added into there, like the administrative part, but not right now. So the first thing I did is I wrote, I want to maintain and improve at my current job. I'm already pretty darn good. I'm not tooting my own horn. I know I am. But I'd like to improve, because there's always something new to learn. And I want to maintain it, because as much as I might complain about my hours or how tired I am, or I actually like my job an awful lot, and I like the people I work with. So then we're going to move on to also possibly find a second part-time job. I will not be doing that right away. I'm going to see what my finances look like after the first of the year, and then I will see. I'm going to, as for the crochet part of it, I want to crochet some stock. I know I started off 2021 saying that's what I wanted to do, and I have some, but I don't have as much as I'd like to open the Etsy shop. And that's the next thing, an Etsy or similar online shop where people can find me and order. And then we get to my writing goals. Now, I'm going to say right now, my writing goals are insane for 2022. Can I do them? I think I can. Does that mean there's going to be weeks or months I'm going to be exhausted? Yep. I'm well aware of it. Is it worth it to me when being a writer has been my lifelong dream since I was a child, and having one or two things published or writing for a magazine wasn't what I meant? I wanted to be the author of novels, and I now have a first draft of my novel. So I want to keep going, because I don't want that to just sit in the computer, or if I print it out, just sit on my desk and never go anywhere. So I'm going to edit that book. Alright? Then I'm going to publish that book. Sometime late next year it's going to get published. While I'm doing all this, I'm also going to be writing the first draft of my prequel and trying to get the first draft of book number 2 done. Why would I do that? Because I'd like to release both of those next year. I would like for it to be a book late this year, and then one in the spring of 2023, and one in the fall of 2023. I think 2 books a year is probably going to push it at first, but I think that's a good goal for this series. I also intend to make a writing YouTube channel. You guys know that. I'm going to do that at the beginning of the year in January. I also want to do a writer's website so that people can find me. That means I need to write about myself. I don't know. I want to do both Camp NaNoWriMo. So they're shorter versions of NaNoWriMo, which means it's not, oh, you need to write 50,000 words in a month. No, you set your own goal. And I think it's April and July, June. So one of those two. I want to do both of those. And it's going to depend on where I am in my other work, write-wise, to what my goals for those two are going to be. I want to do NaNoWriMo next year again. And I want to work on my nonfiction on and off. Now, I don't talk about my nonfiction a whole lot, and sometime in January I will sit and explain to you guys what it's about on my Writer's Tube channel. But I don't anticipate that being out for at least 2 years. I want it to be well put together. Not only is it kind of a biography, but it's also a kind of self-help book, and I don't want to present wrong information to anyone. So then we get to my education goals. Whew! Anybody else getting out of breath? So I've got 3 goals for education. I want to concentrate on learning Gaelic this year. I kind of fell off the bandwagon this past year. I want to learn more cooking recipes and better techniques. And I want to learn more crochet stitches or patterns. Not extremely lofty, but I think that's more than enough considering what I'm doing with my writing and all of the stuff that I'm going to be learning when it comes to better editing and self-publishing and promotion. Whoa, okay, almost scared myself right there. So then I have religious goals, which for me, I just want to observe all the holidays that are part of my religion and delve deeper into the knowledge of that religion. I've been studying it since I was 13 or 14 years old, so over 2/3 of my life, and I don't plan on giving it up now. But there's always more to learn. And then my happiness goals. And I have, I don't know, 6 of them. and they're really important to me. So I want to remember to keep up with my self-care. Nothing in my personal goals is going to work if I'm not keeping up with my self-care. I want to enjoy every moment I can with my girls. They're getting older. Sissy's going to be a grown adult very shortly. And I want to enjoy those moments. I plan to go visit my mother next year, back in Michigan. I plan to go visit my sister next year. I'm sorry, I have a gnat right by my forehead, so if I start swatting the air, you know why. Or rapidly blinking. Did I say I want to go visit my sister? I do. I want to go to a museum. I haven't chosen which one yet, but I'm going to go to a museum. I'm going to take the girls. I also want to go see a musical. I haven't been to a musical since I was a teenager, and I really want to go. So there's my overabundance of goals for 2022, and I'm going to break those up into quarters, and then I'm going to break them up into monthly goals so that I'm working on all of them all of the time, but in bite-sized pieces. Because when I look at it like this, and I go, oh my God, that's so much to do. But then I think, I've got 12 months to do that. I've got longer than 12 months. I can continue to do all these things, and if I don't meet them, I don't meet them for a year or two. If I start them now and I finish them in 6 months, great. Anyway, I hope you had an amazing day. Today's Vlogmas Day 7, or December 7th. And I will see you tomorrow. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscription button. And if you haven't checked the notification button, that's that ring-a-ding bell right down there, and it will let you know when I post, which during Vlogmas is every single day, and probably a couple of days beyond, so actually most of December more than likely. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you had a great day. Bye.